Russia's war only enhances the urgency of the need to transition the world off its dependence on fossil fuels.
So America is at the start of an historic transition.
But we are accelerating this transition to a clean energy future.
This is not a transition to be feared. It's a transformation to be seized.
We're in a transition, and transitions are complicated.
They can go electric, they can do heat pumps. This is how you transition.
They're dead serious. It's no longer just a fruitcake hippie on the street corner talking about buying an electric car. These people were in the highest positions of power. And they now, as I was just talking about, feel very, very comfortable speaking about all the things they're going to destroy publicly. And before I go on, before we even talk about border or anything else, I'm gonna play you this little clip of John Kerry in just a moment, and I want you to understand something. The reason we have the standard of living we have today is because of cheap, affordable energy. Why did the world come out of the Dark Ages? Why is it that kings used to kill for spices from India, and now you have a spice drawer or a spice cupboard in your home where you open it up and you have endless spices? Why do you have air conditioning, heat, cars? Why do babies live now? Most of them live when half of them used to die before the age of 5. All of the things in your life, you live the life you have because of cheap, affordable energy. It is the light of the world. It is actually the light of the world. Coal is a critical part of that. And yet these genocidal monsters feel totally comfortable saying things like this.
There shouldn't be any more coal-fired power plants permitted anywhere in the world. I find myself getting more and more militant because I do not understand how adults who are in position of responsibility can be avoiding responsibility for taking away those things that are killing people on a daily basis. And the reality is that the climate crisis and the health crisis are one and the same.
Evil. We're dealing with evil. Not Democrats. Evil. Look, speaking of intentional destruction, the border. It's not as if you and them kind of have a different opinion on how to secure the border. It's not about that at all. It's that you want the border secure and they want it open so they can destroy the country. These people are evil.
The answer is quite clear and quite straightforward, and we've been waiting for it for about 30 years. And that is to fix a system that everyone agrees is fundamentally broken, and we need congressional action, both for the lawful pathways that really need to be more robust in statute, and for the 12 million people who are here in the United States who have been contributing so fundamentally to our country's well-being.
You want the border fixed. You want the border secure. They want it wide open, and they want to hand citizenship to these people who are flooding in. We don't have differences of opinion anymore. It's not 1960. Those days are gone. We are facing evil people, and the stakes could not possibly be higher. And look, they haven't even brought up the Justice Department. The Justice Department that is fully weaponized now against the American right. We have how many people, normal people, regular people who think just like you and share your values are now caught up in this justice system because of all the January 6th nonsense. And it's not as if the justice system is backing off. They've publicly announced their intention to arrest and imprison thousands more of their political opponents. This isn't East Germany. This isn't some history story we're talking about, Mao or the Soviet Union. This is the United States of America you live in right now. Right now. Let's not forget about the predictions I've been making about what they're going to do to Trump next year. Remember, I'm not your mommy. It's not my job to powder your butt for you and tell you everything will be okay. I am America's daddy, so I'm about to tell you how it is. They're going to indict Donald Trump. They're almost undoubtedly going to indict Donald Trump and arrest Donald Trump. And the chances are not zero that that arrest of Donald Trump comes on television. And they did. And they're not going to stop. So I'm not going to do the thing that most people do and tell you it's the most important election ever. But man, if this election cycle does not go well, and it's way beyond presidency, House, Senate, things like that, if this election cycle doesn't go our way, if there's even potentially a blue wave next year, my goodness, Katie bar the door, we have got a rocky future ahead of us. I'll put it to you that way, a very rocky future ahead of us.